that was a blooper. That was quite a botch there, trying to get the clicking on the ending like that. But yeah, guys, what is going on? This is the Club of the Man, 1993, and I'm here live for my live review of last night's edition of SmackDown. I will check the live chat at the end of the show because, again, if you saw my post on Twitter, I'm just on limited time. Again, I wish I could have done this review last night, but unfortunately, after the show, I was tired and I just didn't really have the energy. Again, I just had a tough time adjusting back to getting up at 7 o'clock in the morning this week after being off from work the previous week. And right now, basically, I'm doing this. I have lunch because my mom's making lunch in about a half hour, so yeah, I'm just on limited time, so I'm gonna be immediately just knocking this review out and then going on my merry way. I will be doing my Hell in a Cell predictions tonight, and then we will go from there as far as that show as well. So again, just be patient with me in the live chat. I do see Robbie's in there saying, "Oh, Mikey!" What's up, Robbie? Thank you for joining me. But again, this is going to be a very quick review. Again, just have stuff to do this afternoon, but I want to at least get this done. That way I can do Hell in a Cell predictions tonight. And also, I want to get caught up with my turners, because this week on NXT, there was how many turns that got confirmed to me. Most of them confirmed. There's still 1, 2, I'm still lingering around. But, actually 3, but we'll take care of that, in a little bit. So anyway, let's talk about SmackDown from last night. But thank you for joining me live, Robbie. Again, I will check the live chat. After I get done talking about the show real quick. But again, I just gotta get this. I gotta get my stuff off my chest first. Well, not off my chest. Just SmackDown was actually good this week. Other than one thing, of course, I definitely did enjoy. Another thing that kind of hurt something a little bit that I didn't enjoy. Something I did enjoy, but what happened after the match, I'm like, come on. But we'll get into that. So first, we basically had the Kevin Owens show, where with Kevin Owens hosting Daniel Bryan. And Daniel Bryan, Kevin Owens talked about how, the times they've, competed in the ring, they've made each other better. And basically, that's Daniel Bryan's mindset right now. He's, obviously, he's getting towards the end of his career. He wants to work on making other people look better. That's what he was doing with Drew Gulak before the pandemic happened. And now, of course, Drew Gulak's back on Raw, and who the heck knows what they're doing with Drew Gulak now on Raw. But obviously, Daniel Bryan wants to make the best out of anybody that he works with at this point, which he is good at doing that. So I will give him credit for that. But then Kevin Owens really pitched this idea about them being a tag team. And now Kevin Owens, the only title that's eluded him is the tag titles. Kind of makes sense. Bryan also is talking about how apparently he thinks that the Intercontinental Championship should be defended every week on the show, as he believes, which of course Sami Zayn later on kind of said something about that. So not sure it's going to set up with a rematch from WrestleMania between Zayn and Bryan. I would actually like to see a rematch between these two now that they're letting Sami Zayn actually wrestle, and he's doing some interesting things, I'd say right now, before giving that match another go. I also was intrigued by the fact that he mentioned the IC title since Kevin Owens is in the ring. And again, I'm kind of itching to see Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn roles reversed for the IC title. As I've said, even though it wasn't quite the best booking for them being apart, I said Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn need to be apart from each other for at least a year. They did that. So now that, they're back together on the same brand, it's like, okay, roles are reversed. They're starting to kind of do something a little bit more with Kevin Owens as a babyface. Sami Zayn, of course, again, since coming back from his time gone from the pandemic, he actually is kind of doing some things, intriguing, such as the way he won that ladder match at Clash of Champions. Freaking genius, I will say. I actually would like to see a feud with them roles reversed. Still think they need to have an I Quit match. That is a feud that's destined for an I Quit match. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. But Daniel Bryan and Kevin Owens being a tag team, fine. It's not the worst idea in the world. It's not the best, but I'm just like, fine. Even though SmackDown's full of a bunch of tag teams that are just randomly thrown together. So, of course, you see 4 tag teams. Then they have basically most of the other tag teams come out. Ziggler and Rude, who who basically just trash on Bryan and Owens. Street Profits come out. They want the smoke. And the Artistic Collective comes up, Cesaro and Nakamura, basically saying that they own this tag team division, and they brawled. And we had an 8-man tag match. Artistic Collective and Ziggler and Rude teamed up, taking on Bryan, Owens, and the Street Profits. It was a fun tag match. Again, it's literally just one legitimate tag team, and then 3 tag teams just randomly thrown together. Although I still do kind of like Ziggler and Rude together. I'm not gonna crap on them too much. I kind of like them together some ways, but again, it's still not setting the world on fire. But at least it's Rude as a heel, and Rude again as a heel at least is intriguing. Not like him as a babyface, but whatever. Again, Cesaro, Nakamura. Again, I still don't give a shit about them as a tag team. They should be separately. Of course, also seeing this match. Throughout the match, Bryan had, hopefully kayfabe-wise, hurt his knee, and they did work on the knee of Bryan pretty good throughout the match. I'm still itching, and I hope Bryan would be willing to do this match also. I still think he should, be honest. I still think this would be a freaking awesome match. A dream match of mine, I'd still say, is Daniel Bryan and Cesaro one-on-one, not just on pay-per-view, Iron Man match. Bryan and Cesaro in an Iron Man match, 60 minutes on the clock, 60-minute Iron Man match. I still want to see that match. But the babyfaces won, of course. So I don't know what's this going to lead to for a tag team division. Who knows? Who really cares? But for what this match was, it was kind of fun. Throughout the night also, we had the court hearing, the trial of Otis and Miz over the Money in the Bank briefcase. Law and Otis trying to rip off Law and Order. I mean, I am kind of a Law and Order fan. Well, I've actually more so watched Law and Order SVU. I got hooked on SVU probably about 2 years ago. I binge watched a whole series on one of those bootleg websites. Haven't watched any in a while because I'm just waiting for a new season to come out, which is supposed to be happening I think next week or so, November the 2nd. I think they're coming back. I think. Don't quote me on that. I can't remember for sure. But yeah, this is a waste. Again, this still made no sense. Again, why is Miz suing Otis? I thought it was because Otis, pulled into his whitey tighties on live TV. Now it's that, Otis is not being good as Mr. Money in the Bank. Like, he has a whole year to cash in. Like, basically, Miz didn't have a case. And again, the thing that ticks me off again is that, again, this could actually be good if we had the Miz from 2016 to 2018. Well, the heel Miz from 2016 to 2018. If we had that Miz, this actually could be good. But the fact that we have this Miz that literally is making absolutely no sense at all whatsoever, again, it literally has no argument, then this is just a waste. This is a total freaking waste. And JBL being the judge? Why? And then we have, he's just about to go in Otis' favor until the Miz bribes him with a bunch of money in a briefcase and hands it to JBL. I was like, that's it. You're going to have to defend your contract on Sunday. It's like, again, like, as far as it doing, like, some people are still saying, Raw and SmackDown, colliding with each other is not a good idea right now. Of course, I will kind of accept this as in, this actually is not a bad idea to have the money in the briefcase on the line between a Raw and a SmackDown superstar. But one, there should be more stakes here for Otis if Miz really did put Mandy and Tucker on Raw to pull him away from Otis. And two, again, it just makes no sense. Miz literally is not making any sense. And that's why I didn't care for this. This is probably the thing that to me hurt my grade the most for SmackDown, was this Law and Order stuff. It was stupid. I just didn't like it. Bianca Belair took on Zelina Vega in her SmackDown debut, and she wins. Good way to reintroduce her as, hopefully they look like they are having big plans for Bianca on SmackDown. Of course, once the Sasha and Bayley feud passes. Although, she really had to take on Zelina Vega again. Like, how many I mean, no offense, why is all of Bianca's matches on the main roster been against Zelina Vega? They could have given her somebody different, but whatever. Anyways, so we have that. Um, so the next match, I'll actually say the name this time because this was his last night. Lars Sullivan took on Shorty G. I actually said Shorty G because I have a good reason to say Shorty G this time. Before the match, Shorty G said he's fed up with not getting drafted. Well, even though, once again, he was drafted to SmackDown. He was before Raw last week, so that's kind of a lie there. What is he even doing here? And then he calls out Lars to prove that he belongs here. Lars Sullivan comes out, squashing with a freak accident. After the match, he's interviewed, and he said, "What do you got to say?" And he says, "I quit." And I'm like, he's quitting. He's leaving. Although, again, to me, it's like, yeah, storyline-wise, he was quitting. So it's like, he's really not leaving to go to AEW. I would have loved to see him go to AEW or like New Japan, but storyline-wise, he's not quitting. But we'll get back to that part in a second. Seth Rollins had an interview talking about putting Buddy Murphy in his place because they're doing the match on SmackDown instead of Hell in a Cell. Kind of wish they saved it for Hell in a Cell, but we'll talk about the Hell in a Cell card when we get to it. So then we have Shorty G being interviewed and having his shoulder iced by a trainer. So Adam Pearce is checking on him. He's like, "Are you sure you really quit?" And he says, "I do quit. I quit, Big Shorty G. I quit, Big Shorty G. I'm tired of telling folks to accept themselves as they are, and I'm done being all smiley and a little punching bag. Shorty G can't achieve anything he wants. Only one man can do that. An Olympian with a list of achievements so big, it has to be seen to believed. Trust me, it's long. And that person's name is Gable. Chad Gable." And I was like, yeah! That's right, Chad. That's right, Chad. You tell them. You completely shit on that gimmick that the WWE used to ruin you. You shit on that gimmick that the WWE basically made you a joke. The gimmick that literally took all your momentum away that you got from the King of the Ring tournament. You damn right, sure, Shorty G was a stupid idea. You're freaking right that gimmick was a total waste. And you're freaking right that you're an Olympian, you have a lot of accomplishments, and you're much more than this. I'm like, that's right, Gable. Preach, my man, preach. Now, of course, it looks like they're still trying to book Gable as a heel. My thing is, though, is it too late to save Chad Gable? Is it too late to save Chad Gable? I hope not. Because, again, literally, even though, a lot of people say, and I do say this too, that, I'm tired of them, recycling gimmicks and whatnot. The best way, again, to save Chad Gable is just make him the next Kurt Angle. Literally, just make him the next Kurt Angle. Just be who he is. An Olympian with, all of his accomplishments. That's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta do, and you can make Chad Gable a star. That's what you gotta do. So, I hope that this actually leads to something. I mean, I actually have a little bit of hope that they can actually do something with Chad Gable, just being Chad Gable, and now that he's tired of being Shorty G, because, you're damn right, Chad, you're damn right that they completely wasted you with that gimmick. And guess what? They already dropped Shorty G from his name on the WWE app, and it says Chad Gable again. The world is great again. Roman Reigns is a heel and doing awesome, and Chad Gable is Chad Gable again. The world is a much better place, for the most part right now. But, so we have that. Then we have a segment with Bayley sitting on a chair in a ring, refusing to sign the contract. But she's denying, saying she's afraid. The last thing she wants to do is give Sasha what she wants. She did what she did because she wants to be done with Sasha. But it seems she's an even bigger pain in the ass than she was before. She did not, and she will not sign the contract because ding dong, hello, Sasha's not the boss of her. But then Sasha Banks came out, came in the ring and said, sign this, and then Bayley goes to attack her with a chair, and then Sasha ducks, but Sasha grabs a title belt, and she basically, says she's going to hold the belt hostage, showing that that's all that Bayley cares about. That she's like, without that title belt, Bayley feels like nothing, and Bayley's gone all crazy, just hang on to it. So they have a little tug of war thing for a second. It looked like it was about to work. Bayley was able to yank the title off of Sasha. Sasha did a knee to the face of Bayley, and then she wrapped Bayley's head in a chair and basically just put her in a bank statement while in the chair, forcing her to sign the contract. And I'm like, perfect! Like, I've been saying, to build more further to this feud, because this feud is not going to end at Hell in a Cell. Even though Sasha keeps saying that, I'm going to prove my name is bigger than you in Hell in a Cell, and I'm going to, end what you started, all that crap. Well, not all that crap, but all that jazz. I'm like, this is all you have to do with Sasha Banks. She does not have to be a white knight baby face. Just make her a badass. Just make her just do the business portion. Yes, would it make sense for her just to admit finally that, yes, her and Bayley are on the same boat as far as, using each other. But Sasha is business. Bayley has gone all psycho and just doesn't even stick to who she really is, of course. But, I love that. Again, I was really worried you're going to have Stephanie McMahon come in and say, Bayley, you got to sign the contract and all that jazz. But, again, they did not do that. Thank goodness. Thank goodness they didn't do that, because that would have been really stupid. But they did that instead, and I liked it. So we have that there. More Law and Notice. Don't care about it. Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy had their match. Good match. Seth Rollins won again, though. And my thing is Seth Rollins has won clean a lot lately. And you know what? That's fine to actually have a heel win clean a lot lately. Problem is, though, again, this feud has gone on too long. I mean, this would be a fresh start because, it's just Rollins and Murphy now. But they still have to have the freaking Mysterios involved in it. During the match, Aaliyah Mysterio's watching it backstage, and Ray and Dominic are like, what are you doing? Like, just leave me alone. He's not Seth. And then the moment that Seth wins the match, he goes to attack Murphy with a kendo stick. Aaliyah's like, save him, guys, save him. He's like, no, after what he did to us, no way. Which they have reasonable beef to. Which is, well, if you're not, I'm going to. So there goes Aaliyah, the big star that Vince sees her. Again, I'm sorry. Again, yes, she's a young, beautiful woman. I'm sure she's a nice person. She's not a big star. She's an actress. She's not a wrestler. She's an actress. She goes out, basically, just holds on to Murphy. Don't hurt him. Again, what's the story of these two actually, falling in love with each other? I still don't get that part either. But out comes Dominic to stop Aaliyah, basically, and then Rollins attacks Dominic again, because how many times has Dominic been beaten by Rollins? And then, Ray comes out, and, Rollins basically gets, fall off or whatever it was. And, of course, Ray and Dominic still inside Murphy. But what gets to me is they made Ray look like an idiot. Did you hear, once again, Dominic's like, Aaliyah, what are you doing? That's all Dominic kept saying was, Aaliyah, what are you doing? It's like, you know what she's doing. You know that she's in love with Murphy. Ray Mysterio told Dominic, she was out here to support you. What? Like, she literally came out because nobody else was helping Murphy, her precious Murphy. And Rey Mysterio tells Dominic, don't worry, she's out here to support you. You made it look like a big dumbass! Because at the same time, Aaliyah's like awkwardly, hugging Murphy, however it is. It was weird, it was cringe to see, and I just like, can we just end this and have it be just Rollins and Murphy? Like, Rollins is only, at this point, it looks like Murphy is only kissing up to the Mysterios because he wants Aaliyah. And I still don't get why those two are for each other. There's nothing that literally made me believe that, how could 2 weeks after a week or two, after Aaliyah and the entire Mysterio family beat up Murphy with the kendo sticks, that all of a sudden Aaliyah is head over heels in love with Murphy? It makes no sense! Again, they need to stop this feud. It's just dragging on too long. It was fine when Dominic got involved in it, because, again, of course, the eye for an eye match just ruined it, but jeez, oh man. Anyways, moving on. So after that, again, is whatever. But Roman Reigns comes out afterwards. Basically, he's about to announce the consequences. But before he can get started, one of the Usos calls him out from the Titantron, hanging out in the room that Roman usually hangs out in, and says, "Must be great to be the tribal chief, or even just his cousin." But he's changed. He's got his head so up his tribal chief ass that he's lost his connection with the family. But don't ask him. But at the time, he's wearing a mask, and he says, "Ask my brother right behind you." They pulled a little bit of twin magic there, so Jimmy and Jay try to pull twin magic. Jay attacks Roman Reigns, which is pretty cool. He blindsides him in the corner, uses a chair. Roman boots the chair out of his hand, but then Jay cuts him off with a super kick, and then there's an Uso splash. The brothers stand together on the stage where Roman gets on the mic and says, "If you make me say I quit, I don't just lose the title, but I lose my place at the table and my position as the tribal chief." And asks if Jay can live with that. But when Roman will make Jay quit, and he will do that, he will fall in line, take his orders, and acknowledge and respect him for all he does in WWE and for his family. He will acknowledge him as a tribal chief. And he can't, well, you're out of the family. Your brother, your wives, your children, your children's children, you'll all be out of the family. And that's the consequences. And then the cell lowers, Roman's inside it, Jay climbs in, and they stare each other down. That's just how the show goes off the air. So, exactly what it needs to be. Just what it needs to be. Again, this feud continued because Roman didn't get the satisfaction out of having his own blood calling him the tribal chief, acknowledging him as what he believes that he is. And he's going to make Jay do that at Hell in a Cell. What will happen in the aftermath? Wait till my Hell in a Cell pre-predictions, which will be later on today. But guys, again, that's going to do it for this review. Again, I'm sorry I kind of fly through it, but again, it was a good show, other than the Law Notice and the post Rollins and Murphy match segment again with Aaliyah Mysterio. "Oh, Dominic, she's out here to support you." So stupid. Anyways, so I'll check the live chat after I get the grade in here. For votes, 7 votes, 85.7% said A. Only 14.3, Raymond 14.3% said C. I gave the show a B. Would have been higher if it wasn't for Law Notice and for the post segment with for the match and for what happened after the Rollins and Murphy match. But I gave the show a B. Check the live chat really quick here. Whenever whenever Owens shows up, Sami Zayn nowhere to be found, and when Zayn shows up, Kevin Owens leaves. Is Awesome Siri and Shorty G, are they friends because they both quit? I don't know. An awesome theory. But if Otis loses the match, how about if it is this Otis gets to Raw with his peach? He's back. Brian Aleister Black would be good. Chad Gable's been a heel since he turned on Matt Riddle and was helping out King Corbin or whatever. Braun Strowman, Daniel Bryan fought tonight. No, they didn't fight. Braun Strowman's not on SmackDown anymore. Yeah, but that's the stuff I'm going to say. Again, I'm sorry, I'm kind of rushing this, but I'll be much more chill and smooth going tonight when I do my Hell in a Cell predictions. But guys, again, gave SmackDown a B. What are your thoughts on SmackDown? Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. Be sure to slap a like on the video, subscribe and comment to my channel, and follow me on Twitter at DemandAir93. I'm checking out, guys. I'll see you all later. Have a good rest of your day. I'll see you guys tonight for my Hell in a Cell preview and predictions, and for my turn alerts I'm going to be doing later on. Peace out, everybody.